3 painful signs he is breadcrumbing you in a relationship. Breadcrumbing is when someone gives you small emotional moments, just enough to keep your hope alive, but never enough consistency for you to feel secure. And the painful part is, it can happen inside real relationships, inside marriages, inside long-term love. You can live with someone every day and still survive on emotional cramps. Not because there is no love at all, but because the love only appears in small doses when your pain becomes visible. Sign 1. He becomes loving only after he hurts you. One painful form of breadcrumbing is when affection only comes after emotional damage. For example, maybe you spend days feeling ignored. You try talking to him, but he brushes things off. He stays on his phone during dinner, barely notices your mood changing. You slowly become quiet, distant, tired. Then suddenly, after seeing tears in your eyes or feeling your energy pulling away, he changes overnight. He becomes gentle, more attentive, calls you baby again, maybe even buying food on the way home, or start touching you affectionately again. Or he began touching you affectionately again. And because you have been emotionally starving, that small shift feels huge. But the problem is this: the affection only appears after pain, not as a healthy daily pattern. So the relationship slowly trains you to survive on recovery moments instead of consistent love. Sign 2. He gives you just enough hope during your break point or during your breaking points. Breadcrumbing often becomes strongest when a woman is emotionally close to giving up. For example, maybe you finally stop complaining, stop asking for attention, stop trying to fix things, and deep down, you are emotionally preparing yourself to detach. Somehow, he senses it, and suddenly he starts saying the exact things you have needed to hear for months. I know I haven't been present lately. We work on us. I don't want to lose what we have. For a moment, your heart comes alive again. You start thinking, maybe this time he finally understands. But weeks later, everything slowly returns back to emotional distance. And this cycle becomes emotionally addictive because every small improvement feels like proof that the relationship can still be saved, even when the overall pattern never truly changes. Sign number 3. He keeps you emotionally confused, not emotionally safe. For example, healthy love may have problems, but it still feels emotionally safe overall. Breadcrumbing feels different. It keeps a woman emotionally uncertain. One day he feels emotionally close, another day he feels unreachable, and the inconsistency itself becomes exhausting. For example, there are couples who laugh together in public, look completely fine around the family, even share a bed every night, but privately the woman feels deeply alone. She no longer knows which version of him she will get. Some nights he talks warmly, other nights he acts emotionally disconnected and irritated by her presence. So she starts holding on to the good moments, trying to emotionally survive the bad ones. And over time, she lowers her emotional needs without realizing it. She becomes grateful for tiny acts of care that should already exist naturally in a loving relationship. That is what breadcrumbing does. It slowly makes crumbs feels like a feast. The hardest truth about breadcrumbing is this: it does not only look toxic from the outside, sometimes it looks like normal ups and downs. But deep inside, one person is slowly becoming emotionally empty. Real love should not constantly leave you starving for reassurance, effort, or emotional presence. You should not have to emotionally break down before receiving care. And you should never confuse temporary emotional rescue with genuine consistency. Because love is not supposed to survive on crumbs.